I'm John Guthrie. I'm a professor of human development in the University of Maryland. It's key to help children build a sense of confidence in reading. And the way teachers do build confidence is by enabling students to succeed in the tasks that they face every day. The first absolutely crucial element in helping students build confidence is to have easy text they can handle, or words that they can read, or tasks like phonics tasks that they can do successfully. Many kids are faced with books that are too hard, tasks that are marginally beyond them. And so a good teacher who's building confidence is starting with competence, being sure the students are very securely grounded in tasks they can do, books they can read well enough to enjoy, to develop an interest. And then their competency will build and their confidence will build as they get bigger tasks. So easy texts is key point number one. Key point number two, praise children's success. Kids will succeed if you get the right text for them, and they love to hear they're doing it well. And they can almost not hear it enough. And praise is best when it's very specific. Susie, that was an outstanding sentence that you just read out loud for all of us. That's the kind of thing that children can benefit from. And so praise is especially valuable. Also helping children set their own goals in reading. A child might be good at reading a page but might stop after that page. So you might help the child say, all right, what is your goal for tomorrow? You already know how to read one page. Can we go to 2 pages for tomorrow? Beyond the choice of one book to read, there are many other choices teachers can learn how to give. For example, which part of the book do you want to read? Maybe all children in the classroom are expected to read the same book at a given time in the curriculum. Does that mean the teacher can give no choices? Not at all. So they can have many choices. Some kids in kindergarten like to read to an animal, or read to a friend, or pretend to have an animal to read to. And so they can choose who they want to read to. There are many of these choices teachers can bring into the experience that a student has every day. Good teachers are giving 5 choices every lesson, not just once a day, but every lesson, 5 choices brings the student's interest, the student's competencies, the student's self into the lesson. A motivating environment helps young children in the K-3 period to discover that reading can help them pursue their interests. Even young children, age 2 or 3, have interests. Some children like fantasy stories. Other children like butterflies. And when children realize that you can read about a butterfly, or you can read about a fantasy, as well as hear a story about make-believe, they become intrigued. So they are able to expand their interests through books. Teachers can motivate students in the classroom by giving them chances to be social in their reading. And many little opportunities for collaboration can come up every day and every lesson. So teachers can support motivation by helping kids collaborate as partners. For example, a teacher might say, read the first half of the story with your partner. Read it together. After you read it, tell your partner what you think the most exciting part of the first half of the story was. So this is a collaborative activity. Very simple, can happen daily, and there's a range of other collaborations that teachers can get started without too much complexity. Help the students make connections in their reading. We teach thematic units. So there might be a thematic unit of survival in the wilderness, and how do animals survive, how do plants survive, and how do humans survive in the wilderness. And students can read about this for 6 weeks or 12 weeks. They can read stories, they can read poems, they can read biology about plants and animals. And when they do this integrated multi-genre reading, they are able to connect. We had a classroom of children in the lower grades that had worked in a 12-week concept-oriented reading instruction unit. This group of 12 students in the last week of school, set up a lending library. They went home and read these books to their siblings and came back and told the story about how their siblings liked what they were able to explain to them and what they're able to read to them. And so this class formed their own library of reading these books long after formal instruction had really ended in the school. And this is engaged reading. Those kids have become engaged readers.